I'm Danny. I'm the general manager at the store in the Chicago Loop. I paint in watercolors, a little bit of acrylics. When I paint in acrylics, I usually water them down so that they have a consistency like a watercolor. I have been with Blick for almost 8 years, and over the years I've had the opportunity to try a lot of different products and a lot of different brands, and it's given me the opportunity to really figure out what I like and what I don't like. Holbein is one of my favorites. I have had the opportunity to work with a lot of great artists over the years, co-workers. I've been lucky to work with some of the most talented artists that I know on a daily basis, which is always nice. And working with customers, I've learned a ton from customers. It's great to see everyone's project. It's like definitely like a little art community.
I'm JAROD FARVER. I work at the Blick store in San Diego in the custom framing department. I have to, get rid of the white canvas, so I just, start throwing colors around and find out what's going to work and what colors I want to use. And at that point, while the paint's still wet, I'll start doing drips and moving the canvas around to create, different layers and depths and stuff. Working at Blick has been awesome because I can pick out anything I want, go down each aisle and, grab whatever I want to use, something I haven't used before. As a custom framer, the customer comes in, we start designing and helping them with colors, figuring out different choices for whatever they bring in, whether it's photography or art. What I love doing the most is the designing part of custom framing, picking out colors and colors that work well together, and as well in the studio, using those colors in the same aspect of putting a project together and piecing it together by color.
Hi, I'm Emily FUNDIS. I work at the Chicago Lincoln Park location. I work in the design center where I help with custom framing and fine art printing. Primarily I work in watercolors, graphite, pen and ink, but I also paint digitally. Sometimes I paint with acrylics, depends what mood I'm in. But I like to do scientific illustration, drawing from observation, and I like to take what I learned from drawing from observation and use it for my more imaginative illustrations. The Derwent watercolor pencils are a really great transition for anyone who's used to working with graphite and then they want to start working in watercolors, because it's really easy to kind of carry on that style of shading and drawing that you're used to, but it's nice when you splash some water on it and it gives that really nice watercolor effect. Typically I work on 140 pound, 300 pound watercolor paper. I really like cold press because it's got that really nice toothy texture to it. Kind of gives your art some originality.
I'm Colleen Scott. I work at Blick in Columbus, Ohio. I graduated from CCAD in 2009, and I heard about Blick first through my professors in my color concept class. As an artist, I needed acrylic and oil paints, and Blick had everything I needed. I love painting with knives because you can get texture, you can get different layers, different shapes that you can't get with a brush. I also like laying paper on my canvas before I start painting to add extra texture.
My name's Rose Card. I work at the Roseville store in Minnesota. I've been working at Blick since 2009. I was in school and doing oil painting. Working at Blick allowed me to find different mediums to incorporate, different ways to work with the paints, different ideas about color, and chatting with other customers and other artists and finding out new techniques to use. It was a really good opportunity for me to expand how I thought about oil painting. So what's great about working at Blick is that you're surrounded by all of the tools that you could need to really make anything happen. In school, my teacher suggested we pick up the Gamblin products because they had really good pigment and they weren't atrociously expensive, which is great. The ampersand panels provide a really good alternative to traditional canvas because they're sturdy, they're not going to crack. You can do lots of layering on them. You can scrape back down to the panel without worrying about denting your canvas, about worrying about ripping anything. It's not going to get loose, it's going to stay rigid. The surface is really smooth, which is a really interesting way to paint instead of having a lot of texture or the canvas texture showing through.